All right, guys. Welcome. Lesson three. But let's see. Let's answer some things on cubic functions. And what we are going to answer on cubic functions would be. Let me see what I have, because I just pulled up some questions. And guys, I want you to do some work for me. You do the work today. You do the work. Sorry, we're starting from the deep end. Can I give you just 3 4 minutes to interpret what this question is saying, please? Uh, Guys, let's start with this. Try to interpret. 5 marks. I want to give you enough time because I don't want any excuse. Let's try to interpret what this question is saying. There we go. For 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's met. What's going on? Marain. How? Guys, I never set any of these papers. I just found this question. Please don't block your mind that it's difficult. Just let's think about it. Guys, let me make you laugh. Kito says, which one is this one? But guys, look, what you see here, I see that the examiner here is using first derivative. Limit as h tends to what? 0. And we know it is f of x plus h minus f of x. So think around that part, please. Guys, look, I'll even give you, I want to start the time again. 4 minutes. Okay, we are working now. Huggy. It's time to work. Okay, let's find answers. I'm also working here. Guys, I'm already done with the first one. Please, hint. No, but it says the derivative of a function f at a point is given by this, right? Remember, your first derivative, that's what we're looking at, which is write down the equation of f. Come. Let's try. Eh? What are we saying? How are you? Tato? Guys, please compare. Listen, compare this to your limit. So f. Okay, wait. Compare this, guys. It's about comparison. Compare this to f prime of x. H approaches what? 0. No, what am I writing? F prime of x equals to what? Limit as h tends to what? 0. F of x plus h minus f of x over what? Guys, just compare. Compare. You can get x already. Or you can get your f of x. Huh? Good question. Why is the h not approaching 0? The examiner said the derivative of a function at a point P. Guys, please, it's very simple. Compare what I have on the left to what I have on the right. There. They can see the x, right? Guys, anybody? F of x, you have 40 seconds left. This is 8 minutes now already. Found it? Nice question, though. Kuvadia, we've done something like this before. You and I. Come on. No, it must have x in it. It must have x in it. F of x. Remember, we're saying f of x. Do corrections once. 5 minutes. This one, like, when the time is over. Guys, f of x is equal to x cubed plus 1. Huh? That is your x there. No, they said at a point. It means x equals to 2. At a point, x equals to 2. Guys, f of x. When I say f of 1, it means anywhere I see x, I substitute what? 1. Now, they've substituted what? 2. Are you aware that if I do f of x plus h, what am I going to get? F prime of first derivative. What am I going to get here? Check. What will it be? Limit as h approaches 0, x plus h. Huh? It's fair enough, right? Do you see that? F of x plus h. Minus f of x. What's f of x? X cubed plus 1. Guys, are you seeing the similarity between the two? When they said at a point, it means at which point? X equals to what? 2. Beautiful question here. I love it. I love it. A tangent is drawn at P. What do we now know? What is point P? 2. X equals to what? 2. Determine the equation. Guys, please, don't forget. Once you see a tangent, please take note. F prime of x must be equal to what? M. And the f prime is already equal to what? 12. And what's your x value? 2. So already we know f prime of 2 equal to 12. And we know our x, we know the original equation, right? Can we find the y value? How do you find the y value? Substitute into the original. Are you aware that this is y value? Just check. What is f of x? Y. Lovely. I love this. I found it and I said, wow, what a question. So 5, 2 cubed plus 1, which is equal to what? 9. What's our equation? Y equals to what? Mx plus c. Okay, guys, do we have the y value? 9. Do we have the gradient? What's the gradient? 12. Do we have x? 2 plus c. What is your c? 9 minus 24. What would that give us? What's our equation? Y equals to what? 12x. Guys, these questions, I'll tell you one thing about this type of questions. It takes you from saying, calculating because our teachers have taught us you substitute that. I think that's what's stopping us right now. We just used to, okay, x is 5. Y is this? Substitute. Now the examiner is asking the same question but from another dimension, and we are completely lost and thrown away. But did it make sense so far, guys? So we compare that and we know that the first derivative is equal to. How is that here? All right, 5 marks, which is unusual though. It's an unusual question, but I'm glad that we are exposed. There's one like this. Kuvadia, if you can remember that question and send it on the group, I'll appreciate it. Add it together again, just for everyone. Remember that question, right? Okay. Guys, we're good? We're good now? Not the first time you're saying it. Okay. How many of us have done this one before? And this is all about, again, it's similar to the first one. It's how to interpret the parts of a cubic function. Let me, guys, do it again. I'm interested in your answers. I don't know whether you have wrong answers when you say you did it. The whole question, 6 minutes. There's no time for playing. I'm here to play. 7. Yeah, I gave you 7. In fact, because I'm kind, I'll start the 7 again now and give you 30 seconds. Okay, 40. In fact, I'll give you an extra 5. There we go. Guys, it's all about understanding the parts of a cubic function. Do you understand what each part means? Um, Let us interpret each of those points. Yep. When you're having fun. We must just understand what those 5 bullets mean. Once you get we stop at with the graph. X to the power of it's this document. Guys, quickly because of our time. Look, guys, let's quickly do something together. Let me give you some notes. Interpreting a cubic function. Interpreting what? A cubic function. Assist you. So in doing this is what I will do. I will draw a cubic function for you. Write as many. Please let me finish so that you would see how big you need to draw yours. I am going to draw a cubic function a greater than 0. A is greater than 0. We are expecting it to be what? Smiley face, right? But it when a is greater than 0, parabola, we say it's a smiley. I'm just going to right. What are the, please, I want you to listen carefully. What are the major points here? Y is equal to 0 at that point. Right? X is equal to what? F of x is y. Is that okay? What about this point? Third point there, guys. F of x is equal to 0 at those points. What do we know about this? At your turning point, you derive and you say equal to what? F prime of x is equal to what? F prime of x also is equal to what? I hope this interpretation is going to make sense to you. In the middle of your turning point, f prime prime of x is equal to of inflection. How do we describe this point? X is equal to what? 0. So we say f of 0 is equal to whatever is in the bracket is your x value. Quickly here, at this point, what can you tell me on the left-hand side? Going up here. Gradient is what? But what is gradient? What would I say? F prime of x and 0. Can we apply the same thing here? What are we having here? F prime. Oh, this is so beautiful. Now, what do you have between the turn? What do you have between the turning points? Between these two? The decrease in what? Gradient. So, f prime of x is less than what? 0. I said equal to. It has to be what? Greater than 0. Guys, if you understand what I just did here, this graph is done. F and the, oh, by the way, if I pick a point here, what can you tell me? F of x is equal to y. X and y a set of on the graph. I don't know if I take this back to that same question, you will see that we are. Let's see. Let's try quickly. F of x is equal to what? 0. That's what this one is telling you. F of x is equal to, what is that? Remember, when we say f of x equals to 0, when is y equals to 0? At the x what? Intercept. So basically, x what? Intercept. What about this one? F prime of x equals to what? 0. X turning point equals to 1. X turning point, your graph is f of minus 1 equals to 4. What is that? That's just a point on the graph. When x equals to negative 1, y equals to f of 0. What's in the bracket is your x. So it means when x equals to 0, y. What does this f prime of x less than 0 mean? It's the negative between which values? Those 4 marks are for free. Let's make it a bit thinner here. Let's mark all of these points. What are my x-intercept? Negative. Turning point. Where's my graph turning? 1 and negative 1. Do you know what I'll do? I'll take a pencil and just draw. What happens? It must turn there. Hiding myself now. Next point. When x is negative 1, y is equal to what? 4. Look at x negative 1. Y. X is 0, y is 2. I tell you. Now, what's happening? The graph is decreasing between negative and down. Is that okay? And don't forget where it's turning. It's turning on what? 1. So basically, very easy once you understand what each point means on the graph. Are we okay? I'm really interested in, you see the first, in fact, this whole question is just 13 marks. That is. Are we okay? Please let me know 1.1. Everybody okay? Let me know. Please take a picture of this. I think this actually of that. A picture of that for me, please. And I'm sure, guys, you can draw the graph of when A is less than 0. A is less than 0, it's going to be a sad face. But sad where? On the second part. Draw that. So when A is less than 0. 3 minutes. Draw A is and put all of these things that I put on my. This is less than 0. Quickly draw A less than 0. No. Use this one. Just draw it. Draw first. A less than. Please, I want you to use f of x, f prime of x at the important places. Quickly. Taking the time, it's 18:37. 18:40, you stop. You're right. Don't trust any man, even including yourself. Oh, people are done. Kuvadia, more time. No ways. You are drawing the graph of A is less than 0, and you are using time of X to all of those points. We have about 60 seconds left. All right, can I mark mine? Let's draw. What are we drawing? A is, huh? Yeah. I'm drawing my Cartesian plane. Match. A is less than 0. It's a sad, A is the sad face, right? What did we draw earlier on? A greater. Smiley face at the second part there. Sad face. But where do you start from? From the smiley face. What is this point? F of x equals to what? 0. X equals to 0. What is this point? X equals to 0. What is that point? Happening here. Happening here between this point. F prime of x is greater than 0. Here, f prime of x is than this. It becomes a bit easy to run. Lovely. Now, determine the equation of f in the form of, please, these 5 marks. Everyone must be able to get it. I'll just give you the format. What is the format? I equals to a x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3. Guys, you have 3 minutes. Already we have a graph. Have a graph, don't let's waste time. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Get it in 3 minutes, 30 seconds, it means you don't know it. How did you get a equals to 1? You are making, I'm hearing a word assumption. Huh? Found A. Calculate, calculate. Let's calculate. Guys, the only thing that can disturb you here is your x1, x2, x. I just want to draw the graph clearly on a different page. But the rest of these ones. What was our graph looking like? That's all you need. Our equation. Y equals to A, x minus x1, x minus x2. Question here. Quickly, guys. Okay, look up. What is your x1? What's your x2? What are your x-intercepts? That's my first one. What's the next one? What's the third one? One again. Once you are able to see that, this game is over. The graph is turning at that point. That point is read how many times? -2, 1, and 1. And you are done. So a point on the graph. X and Y. -1 and 4. You can even use 2 and 0. Make life easy. All right. What is my Y value? 2. What is my X value? 0. Minus 2, which gives me +2. 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1. 2 equals to A equals to 1. Let's enjoy. What's our equation now? Y equals to our A is already 1. X plus 2. X minus 1. X minus 1. Y equals to X plus 2. Already. X squared minus 2X plus 1. Expand this, what are you getting? X cubed plus what's the answer again? X cubed? Yes. Yeah. I'm wondering, what are you telling me? That's why a final answer. X cubed. Guys, we must be able to expand all of those till you get that. And my job is to show you the formula. All this one. Okay, guys, please go and expand and be able to get that answer. Can I run quickly? I want us to do some serious work. X is equal to f of x minus 3. What are we doing there? Graph is shifted horizontally. Where? 3 units to there. 3 units to there. Right. Write down the x-intercept of G. We are moving this graph 3 units to the right. What are your x-intercepts? Check. Move these 3 units to the right and these 3 units to the right. From -2, where are you going to get to? +1. Sense? And from 1, where are we going? We are done there. Check. Easy marks. The graph is shifting 3 units to the right. Remember, x's are always what? Deceiving. Okay? What's the question? Write down the x-intercept. No, you won't be penalized. Guys, this one is now functions. And a lot of people just struggle with this last question. Having the values of p for which x cubed minus 3x plus 2 equals to p. Yes. All right. Determine the values of p for which this will have what? Exactly one root. Please, let's understand. Let's quickly. What are roots? Root of intersection. I cannot overemphasize the importance of that, because this would come again in paper 1, question 5. Okay, when we deal with functions, they'll definitely show up. Roots are point of intersection. How do I deal with this question? Number 1 is to first see what type of line the examiner is talking about. What I mean by what type of line? If the examiner gives me, look, and also write this in terms of the equation. Do you notice this is my f of x? That's the equation we got. So if I say f of x is equal to p, y is equal to p, this is by your asymptotes. We say y equals 2. Check this. What if the examiner gives you something like this? F of x equals to x plus p. This is not a horizontal line. This is mx plus c. This line is like this. The examiner gives you f of x equals to negative x plus p. This line. Let's first understand. You look at the type of line the examiner is referring to. Please, are we okay with this? Y equals to p is a horizontal line. Y equals to x plus p. The gradient is now 1. The line is no longer horizontal. It's now increasing function. Negative x plus p, it is now a decreasing function. Where will this line of intersection, which is what? Roots. At 1.4, which type of line are we looking at? F of x equals to what? P. Once. I'm going to where will it touch this graph? Once. Let's rule that. That ruler. How many times is it touching the graph? This one. 3. So this is talking about what? 3 roots. How many times is it touching this graph? What type of roots are we looking at? Okay, distinct roots. But what do we mean? 1 negative, 2. That's what the examiner means. I move it. So this 1 negative, 2 positive. Check. It starts from here. And at 2, it's no longer 1 negative, 2 positive. Actually, it is 1 negative, 1 positive, and 1 neutral. Because at 2, x is equal to what? 0. 0 is neither. So between this, please, I'm answering more than what the examiner is asking. that line. Again, check. One negative all through. Is that okay? So it's between 0 and what? 2. So I'll say y is between and 2. What are we getting? 1 positive, 1 negative. I go above 2. What am I getting? Negatives and 1 positive. From 2 until what? 4. What am I getting? 1 positive. But these roots are what? 3 distinct what? What? Different. Time around the examiner wants how many roots? That 1 positive or 1 negative? Right above. Above which value? What's the maximum value there? 4. So y should be greater than 4. Is that all though? No. That's your turning point. Just below the turning point. What's your answer there? Y is less than what? 0. Because the examiner did not specify, we have to look at both positive and negative. Positive and please, are we this? We're already doing functions now, guys. Remember now, this is my answer for y. But we said, but why? Y equals to p. Can I bring back the p value? So p must be greater than 4 and p less than what? I'm very jealous about this type of. A lot of learners just run away from things. Extremely, extremely simple. Guys, I want us to write simple one here. I give you that one. Five marks. Or 10. No, you are the one now putting your 5. 7 minutes. 7 gorgeous minutes. Very clear though? Very clear? Let me know. Done, done, done. Kuvadia done. Who else? Done. Talk to me. Done. Yes, done. Hello. Done. Yeah, tutor. Done. Okay, let's check quickly. Everybody, let's check. In the diagram below the graph of a hyperbolic function where k is blah, 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 and all of those funny stories are given. Write down. If they say write down, it means you can get it. Please be careful here. This is that scares me most. Asymptote. This thing scares me a lot. What is the equation of your asymptote here? X equals to what? 3. Please be careful. Be very careful about this one. Asymptote. X equals to what? 3. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the value of what? P. I know the sign has to what? What is P? What? Negative. When it's negative 3, it's going to give me X as what? Examiner is waiting for you to omit that negative. Are we okay there? Work as if you are a baby. Therefore, you know X minus 3 equals to what? 0. The asymptote there, X plus P. If I compare, do you notice P is negative 3? Any point on the graph. A, which is what? 1 and 0. Okay, so what do we know? Y equals to what? X plus K over X plus P. What's my Y value? 0. My X value? 1 plus K. Guys, I don't need the... If I cross multiply, it's going to give me what? 0. So what's your K? K equals to what? Negative 1. Number 3. What are we looking for? The coordinate of B. What? Y-intercept. X should be equal to what? 0. So what's our equation? Y equals to X minus 1 over what? X minus 3. But X now should be equal to what? 0 minus 3. What's our coordinate? Don't forget. X is... Always read that question. 4.4. I know that 4.4 also a lot of learners struggle. Right? Determine the values of X for which X times F prime of X. Let us quickly start by interpreting X multiplied by F of X, not F prime. For it to be less than 0, what are we saying? It should be negative. I want this thing to be negative. Or this has to be what? Negative, while this is... Look, basically, are of opposite signs. And if are in opposite positions. One is above the X, the other one should be below. Have an answer, but there's no X. It's just X we're dealing with, right? I would prefer us to write the values of what about a hyperbola? What's the value here? It is above, right? Above the x-axis, so it's all what? And the zeros are very important. What are we looking for? Where they are of. That's what I need. When one is that continues until what? Watch out. Answers are on the but between 0 and 3. Red positive, and it's a blue what? So it is between what? 1 and 3. And what? 3. I hope it's making sense. After 3, what happens? They both what? Positive. Do you see that? But the examiner says also must be equal to what? 0. Now you go back to where you wrote the zeros. Where did we write the 0? At x equals, and then at what? 1. Guys, it cannot be equal to 3. Why? That's the asymptote. Take note, we lose those equal. Yeah. How many marks is this question? 3. All right. It is 1. Here, the inequalities would give you 1, and the values would give you 1. Make a mistake on the inequalities, you lose 1 mark. And these are marks I don't want anyone to lose. The last one, 2 marks. I don't know if you guys remember, this one I've taught you how to do. X minus 1 over x minus 3. Just one that is at the denominator is the one that goes out. Like that statement that says down, I'm down and out. The one that is down goes out. Oh, why did I write this up there? Sorry. How many times will x go in x? Once. Trying to get rid of x. What do we do? Can we multiply in? X would give us what? X. That this thing was going to come again. X minus x is what? 0. Minus 1 minus minus 3. 2. What answer? Y equals to 2 over x minus 3 plus 1. But answer like this. That's what matters. Cheat code. I've got another method which I call the K method. Guys, please, are we okay with this? Everyone must get this. Let's go for some. Can we increase? Ready? Okay. Let me quickly scroll. Twa. Nah. Let's play here. Let's play here. Let's play. It's like a road. It's a GPS. Please read that information. I'd like you to sketch that graph. Please sketch that graph big enough so that when we go to the question, it's easy. Sketch that. Please be careful. This is your let me draw the Cartesian plane, y and x. All right, please quickly sketch for me. It's going to be easy for us to deal with. Sketch. Let's just play here. Let's play here. You guys are too comfortable. No, but it's not bad though. Nah, I'm sure it's not going to be. Functions cannot be terrible. No. Functions about x-intercept, y-intercept, point of intersection. Huh? What I say? Them. Bring them. Bring it. This is the lab. We deal with anything here. Without fear. Ah, yeah. Okay, please sketch. And after sketching, you read that top there and interpret for me. Huh? It's a line. This says h of x equals to n, so it's a straight line. Obile, I love what you just said. Huh? Sketch. Give you a function. When I go to the question, you're going to ask me to come back here. We're almost done, guys. Let's take a picture. The red line is to show the x and y just to make sure that we don't get confused. Like red. Run away from red. What's money? But when it's red, you move away from money. So red shift is still working. All right. Please let's read the statement. F of x equals to minus 2x plus p squared. P of x is minus 3 over x plus n. Right? Okay. Now you can see the type of graph we have. F of x is a parabola, and g of x is a hyperbola. All right, point number one. H of x equals to n. We describe that type of line. What type of line is that? That's a horizontal. Look at that. Do you notice that horizontal line passes first by what? The turning point. You can get the y value of the turning point, you get that line. Guys, please, I want you to follow because you're going to answer a lot of questions. The line R of x. The line R of x. I want us to start interpreting now. The line R of x, that line, is equal to what? X plus 8 is an axis of symmetry of G. Positive gradient. What else can we pick? There's something very important that you can pick from there. Point E. Oh, okay. E is on that line. Okay, no. Before why are you going so far? There's something staring at you. X plus 8. What is that 8? It's the y-intercept, guys. You guys are think like grade 8 doing functions. Are you aware that just by okay, wait, please, guys, I want us to follow through. Already, I know this is 8. Guys, are you aware? Are you aware already that I am quite important to interpret? I am already done with h of x. What is h of x? N. So y equals to what? 8. Practically means my n is 8. What is g of x? Okay, so already we know that our g of x is now what? Minus 3 over x plus 8. Guys, do you think you can get the value of m for me? At point E, get me the value of m. Please, everybody get me the value of m. Look at m. M is on which line? M is on R. Do you know the equation of R? Of R. Y equals to x plus 8. Not a point on that point. Come on, get me M. Oh. Get me M. Please type your answer for me, those of you at home. What is your M value? Somebody else says -1. Can I get someone to tell him that that answer is wrong or correct? I'm not sure. Oh, Kito agrees. Guys, it's on. We don't even know what the question is saying yet, but already we are finishing. Because it's that line, our x is what? M, and our y is what? 7. So what's that equation again? Y equals to x plus 8. What's the y value? 7. M plus 8. What is M? Ask you a question. Please get me the equation of f of x. So come on. Get me the equation of f of x. Equation of f of x. Thank you, Simanke. Thank you, Mabato. Thank you, Letabo. All right, get me equation of f of x. Awesome. Well done, Angelique. Lovely. What are we looking for now? The equation of what? F of x. Got it? What's your equation? X Can't you? What's your equation of f of x? Guys, the idea is to remember that that p-value should change in some. What's your turning point? Negative. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And that's why we're taking it step by step. Already this is negative 1. Negative what? 1. So what is the coordinate of that point? Negative 1 and 8. So what is our f of x? Our f of x equals to what? Negative 2. That sign must change. X plus 1 squared plus what? 8. Don't forget, x's are always what? Deceiving. Right. Okay, we're good. Yes, please get me the coordinate of D. D is on G of x. Already we have our G of x. What's our equation for G of x, by the way? Do we remember? Negative 3 over x plus what? 8. Thank you, Kito. Kito, plus 1. You forgot that your turning point. It's not minus 1. So take note of that. Put a note down for yourself. X's will always change values. Done? What was the question I gave you again? Find the coordinate of what? D. D. What did you get? Type the coordinates of D for me, guys, quickly. D, negative 1 and 11. Okay. All right, guys. I think so far we're looking good so far on this, right? Now let's go to the questions. Let's go to the questions. Write down the domain of G. Everybody, look at your G. Which one is G? The hyperbola. Please write down the domain. No talking. You have 20 seconds. Domain of G. Right domain. X dominates your thought. X domain. X, your X's are always dominating. X values. Done? It's a hyperbola. So what are we saying? X is an element of real numbers, but X cannot be equal to what is your asymptote? X vertical asymptote, X equals to what? 0. What about the equation? Minus 3 over X. Papi? So, X is an element of real numbers, but X should not be equal to what? 0. Beautiful. Guys, we did that already, right? Can we start moving? We did that already. This is done. Make sense? It is given that f of x equals to that. Please calculate the x-intercept of f. Quickly, very fast, very fast. Very fast. Marks. X-intercept. Are we done? Angelique has x equals to 3 or x equals to -1. Do we all agree with that answer? Okay. We agree? 3. Guys, is it, wait, hold on, I'm seeing a different answer. Is it -3 1 or 1 -3? Or -1 3? -3. Right. -3 or x equals to what? 1. Okay, so you swapped it around, I think. Yeah, just saw your message now. Simanke, why are you having your signs? Please check those signs for me. And also the graph, yes, the graph is not drawn to scale, but please check. The graph would also give you a little guidance, although not more on the left-hand side. Right? More on the left-hand side. Okay. Guys, axis of symmetry of D. No, what are we looking for? Coordinate of D. I think we did, right? Beautiful. Determine the equation. Yes, 5 marks. Ooh. At point D. Take note of the question. What are we looking for? The equation to the what? Determine the equation of the tangent to G. At which point? At D. All right, you have 5 marks there. 5 minutes. What do you need for now? Everybody's quiet. I like it. Everybody's quiet. Do you want me to go back to the graph? We are looking for the equation of the tangent at point what? G. There we go. Let me sit down. Alpha. Looking for the equation of the tangent. Tangent. Equation of the tangent. I equals to mx plus c. Okay, Angelique, I'm glad you've just figured it out. Everybody is now quiet here. Yes, Mr. T. Are you seeing flames? These are the part that troubles your soul. Finish. Eh? Don't doubt. To answer. Kaya, your hand is raised. What's up? Talk to me. Point D. We know the value of x. We substituted -1 in our equation. Can you see that line there, -1? It passes through D. Absolutely. Tato, you're too quiet for me. G of x is not. Let me too. Kito, we are looking for the equation of the tangent at D. We are looking for the we are looking for the equation of this line. It's a tangent at D. Yeah, the equation of that line. Whatever. Come here. Okay, time up. Okay, Angelique has requested for 3 minutes extra for everyone. Granted. 3 minutes granted. 3 minutes granted. What are you looking for in the question? We are looking. Eh? Uh, what are we looking for in the? There's nothing to read. Guys, let me give you an idea. How do you find gradient? The first derivative is equal to m. Use that to derive g of x. Derive g of x. G of x, the first derivative is equal to Gradient. Kito, no, your answer is wrong. The, from what I just drew here, your gradient must be positive. I'm lost without who? I'm lost without you. Why are you lost, guys? I've given you the clue. First derivative equals to gradient. Come on. Oh, you're done. What's your equation? Okay. So what's your x value at that point? Guys, you differentiate. And what's the x value at that point? Negative 1. Okay, come, let's work. Let's work. Angelique, let's work. All right. So this is where we start separating boys from the men now, right? Okay. Please don't forget. Don't forget that g prime, first derivative, is equal to what? Don't forget this. I gave you this at. What is our g of x, my dear learners? 3 over x plus 8. We cannot derive like this, right? So what do we say? X minus 1 plus 8. Now, what is the g prime of x? Negative 3. Is that the original equation is as a negative? Oh, it's negative 3. Okay, so this gives us a positive, right? Okay, let's just get rid of this. X to the power of, but we know where the tangent is. We know what's the x value where the tangent. Look at the graph. They said at point what? D. Do we know the x value at point D? Yes. What is that? Negative 1. Time of negative 1 will be what? 3. Now, at point D, what is the coordinate of point D? Right. So I know my x. I equals to what? Mx. Y value 11. What's our m? 3. What is c? 14. So what? 3x plus 14. Please don't. First derivative equals to gradient. Are we okay? And we know the x and the y value. All right. So we get our equation. Let's go for the next question. Let's go for the next. Guys, did it make sense though? Okay. Let's go for the next one. Determine the equation of k. If you don't get this one right, I'll be collecting phones. Get it right, I'll give you a phone. But if you don't get it right, I'll be collecting your phones. 4.8, 3 marks. Determine the equation of k of, please let's watch k of x. We are looking for the equation of k of x, right? A over x plus t, that's a full hyperbola now. Line x equals to 2. Are reflecting. What's wrong? Okay, we jump to the next question. Fine. Determine the values of k. Okay, now what is k? If, okay, no, that this case are different. Determine the values of k for which the equation of g of x plus 4 plus k equals to 0 will have a root that is less than -5. Oh, we should go back to the first one. Guys, okay, let me quickly teach you reflection. Please, every time we reflect, write it down. Reflection is the, let me do this. It's very easy. Reflection, the midpoint, the original end and the image. What our graph looked like. For asymptote, okay, fine. X equals to what? 2. Okay. Note the value of the, let me check. Watch what I'm going to do. We want to reflect along the line x is equal to what? X equals to what? 2. Let's start by looking at the right hand side. That's what we're saying. Reflecting along that vertical line, we are turning the graph from this point. Everything. Guys, find what is going to be my x value. Zero before 2 units. Original graph is x equals to what? 0. Where will it be now? X equals to what? 4. So we have turned it. Makes sense? Section is the midpoint. Okay, there. Let's look at our horizontal asymptote. Just flip a horizontal line across. Already I have an equation. X, therefore, we don't know A. Very simple math. What was our... Bring it over. Become... But in case you are not sure that A is 3, I want to show you something here. Beautiful maths. Guys, look at point D. x value of point D? Negative D. If we reflect it along the line, -1 to 0, 1. It means that the image because we are right on that spot there. Here. Do you notice we now have our x and y? X 5 minus what was a before? -3. We have moved it from the left hand side to the right hand side. So the negative becomes what? Positive. So what's our equation? K of x equals to what? A 3 over x minus 4. Please, that is how you reflect. I want to show you how. Today I'm going to teach you how. I lose you. Where? What did I know? It's fun. Where did I lose you? What? Midpoint. The point. When we say reflect, reflect is a mirror image. About your mirror, guys, if you are go to your mirror right now at home and take two, not in front of the mirror, take 2 steps backward. Your image is equal. Take 2 steps backwards from the mirror. What happens to your image? It must be. I was trying to find out if the guy could behave exactly like me. I was very young. I'll stand on one side of the mirror and quickly show my hand. The guy will also, well done. I was just inquisitive. I remember asking my father, okay, back. I go to the back of it. Okay, guys, and how did this? When did they get in? Is it probably when I went to school, and then they came and entered? Because I didn't understand how we can be watching soccer and people are running in the where is the door to the another question I'll ask my daddy: where does the sun go? Like we are looking at the sun right now. Okay. How old? I was very small, like maybe 6, 7. One night we went to the beach and we stayed like the whole night. I started asking lots of questions. Got to the beach. I was just asking. I was inquisitive like that. So, guys, are you okay with the midpoint? With midpoint, reflection is the what? Midpoint. Are we okay? Are you okay with what I did so far? We move the x. So the number of units on the left becomes the number of units on the right. I was reflecting along y equals to 8. Up, going where? Down. Let's reflect. Where do you think this point would be? Reflecting around this. I'm reflecting around the asymptotes. Because exactly. Where will it be now? 3 below. Where will it be? Are we okay? All right. Now, guys, look at the last question. So we're done with k of x. 3 marks. This is just knowledge. All right, look at the last one. Determine the values of k. Please listen. This is a root question. I don't like root questions, so please listen to this. Determine the values of k for which the equation, watch this, g okay, hold on. They are saying g of x plus 4. Let me, I might just take some extra minutes. Examiner is saying g, I told you. First, let's find out what x plus 4 equals to what? So I see what it is. And what? Line. Makes sense. But what happened to g of x? Where? To the left. Point I know on g of x. What's that point? I know point D. That's the only point of reference that we know. 4 units to the left. What will it be? Negative what? 5 and 11. Okay. I clean this to say we have now, graph has now been shifted. That point was what? Negative 1. Back. What are we going to have? Negative 5 and 11. So let's back to the question. I want you to see something. Just by reading and moving. Values of k for which the equation 5. Are you seeing the negative 5? The negative 5. The examiner shifted negative 1. 4. Now we have what? Negative 5. Now, how did we interpret this question? Number have a point of section. That's root. That is less than what? Negative. Please, I know it might look hazy. Get this question again and go practice. Examiner says, let's draw a line. That's my line. I'm always referring to x values, remember? Less than negative 5 or greater than what? Negative 5. Equal to, so what are we looking for? We are looking for some. Greater than negative 5. I don't know if that makes sense. We want the point of intersection to be between less than negative what? 5. So where should we be moving? Negative, remember what value is this? This value is 11. Y value. Does that make sense? Where should we be moving? Between 11 and 8. At 11, we are here, right? But our why can't we go beyond 8? If we go beyond, I should be between what? I therefore equals to what? Negative. I, or we're looking for K. But now I have Y. But what is Y? Divide by negative, you change the sign, right? Okay, what are we going to get? Negative 8 greater than K greater than, write our inequalities like that. Remember, your inequality must be written as less than, less than. And when we write less than, the smaller number should be on the left-hand side. So can we write this? What's it going to be? 11 less than K less than negative 8. Nice functions question. Please, over it, I don't even remember where I got it from. That's my problem. Always write these things down. But I would love to, I can send you a the same question. You go through it. Like a movie right now to some of us. Okay. I just give you 1 minute. How do you reflect? Check this. Reflect this point. Long y equals to x minus. Very simple concept. Reflect 0.23 along y from the one we did right now. It's very simple. What is your x value here? Let's come there and put 2 for x. What is your y value? Equals to x. What is it's very different. 2, 3. Let's create a formula for it. Reflect A, B along the line y equals to x plus. What is going to be our new x value? My A and B here, right? Plus K. Or let me. I want to see some. Check. What is my y value? What is my y value? Y is x plus k, right? What is my x? Just doing change of subject formula here. That makes sense. Because this is y and this is what? X. Y is what? X plus k. What about x? Move the k over. Y minus. That's how you reflect along a line. Already did how to reflect along a point. Point becomes the midpoint of the two. Learn how to reflect along a horizontal line. We also did how to, I showed you how to reflect along the horizontal. If it's along the horizontal, that point on top must come below, same distance. If it is below, it must go on top, same distance. If you are reflecting along a vertical line, if it's on the left, where should it go? To the right, same distance. If it's on the right, where should it go? To the left. Along another line somewhere, what do? What's your Monday? What's your Monday? All right. Please, guys, listen. Remember what I said. Whatever. Okay, the videos are there. Okay, guys, listen quickly. Live stream videos, they're there. For example, tomorrow I'm doing rate of reaction. Please don't. Done on that line, it's done. So I will still look at functions, but I don't think it's. All right, guys. See you tomorrow morning, 5:30. Rate of reaction, and then I'll be continuing now. I'm coming back to do it here. I'm going to try. I know it's not going to be enough, but if we set the foundation, then we can just come here and do it. I'll see. I'll see. I'll see. Good night, everybody. Good night, Regan. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'll send it to you. Get off. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.